All right, what's up, people? Give me 1 second. I'm actually having to figure out what this link is so I can get everything together. I'm having to start a new one because I'm just going to start using the regular Hangout, good old-fashioned Hangout, to use this one. Hang on 1 second. Let me see where it's at. Let me see. Go ahead and try and find the new one because I know there is a new one that is broadcasting at the moment. Let's see if this one is one. Pretty sure this is a new one. Let's see version. All right, there it is. It's unlisted, that's why. Let me see. If you guys are in this room, just getting started, so give me a second to move everything over like I needed it. Not 100% sure how some of this stuff set up, so I gotta fix it. I think this one is gonna be listed, so you gotta change some settings on here. And if you haven't noticed, I'm using the good old-fashioned regular Hangout, so all the other good bells and whistles aren't going to be happening today. But I can fix this, and we'll get on in 1 second. All right, now it should be good to go. One more thing, make it public. Now everyone should get it. Let's see. All right, okay, we're good to go. All right, so hopefully everyone is here and not over there. All right, what's up, guys? I can actually see the live chat now. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to turn on the OBS for where it's at. And I will basically just broadcast this as if I was on the OBS. And then, make it a better recording later. Okay, so that goes here. Just give me 1 second. All right, turn that on. There we go. Now we're good to go. Just make this bigger. And I'll change this around. A good thing they put the chats inside the side there already, so that kind of makes it a little easier for me. I don't think I have to worry about that right now. Yeah, so here's what it is. I decided to go live for kind of a big, serious reason. I've been running around the Discords, and I found a wonderful, how to say it, type of flat earthers that I don't think I've ever come across before. I think I've come across a few of them, but in the long run, not really. Now, here's what it is. I've come across a bunch of flat earthers that feel the need to express to me that apparently I am not a flat earther. Now, when I hear this, for one, it's pretty irritating. I kind of already understand the fact that I don't have a lot of the same views as a lot of flat earthers do. I come from a probably different, sometimes a different lifestyle than a lot of flat earthers do. So my views are going to be quite off. Um, let me go ahead and make sure you guys can hear me in the chat, and then I can get to the good chat. I'm actually just now getting to you guys and seeing who's here. So let me know if you guys can hear me and everything's good to go. It's been so long since I've used the actual let me see where I'm at. The actual regular Hangout. So I'm kind of all right. Perfect. Everyone can hear me. Ranty, it is an honor that you are here, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. An honor. Great work you've been doing. Ted is in the building. What's up, Ted? I'm still waiting for those live streams. George, what's up, sir? This you may be able to help me answer this question better than anybody, since you have a nickname for me, my friend. What's up, Luke? Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Just gonna make this a pretty short live stream. I really didn't have the time right now to be live, but I definitely have been thinking about this all morning. So in the short period of time I do have, I'm gonna go live and raise this question to everybody. I will be going live later on. I'll have a lot more time and do the more of the hangout thing. But here's the question: am I a flat earther? Now, that's right, George, and it's an honor to take that name from you, my friend. Here's the reason why I asked this question. Last night, I got into a conversation with a certain person, and I will not be using any names. This was a good idea, bad idea answer from a friend of mine who I asked if I should openly talk about these people, and they said no. It's better if you leave the names out of the situation. But I'm sure a few of you have run across these people. I know a lot of the Discord people have. But I was in a conversation last night with somebody, and obviously, I do believe in evolution. My ideas of how evolution worked fit how I believe. Therefore, it's kind of where I'm at. And you have guys, everybody I've talked to here on Flat Earth has been more than respectful to my views, as I hope I am to you guys. But I found the version of flat earthers who do not respect anyone's views. They're just as bad as Globers. And I was told that I was an idiot, and there is no way possible for me to be a flat earther unless I believed in God. Here's the reasons they gave for why I was a fake, as I was called, why I was referred to as a fake idiot flat earther. I do not believe in a dome. My reasons for that are my own. I've said them a lot. I'm not really going to go into everything right now. But hey, the realization is that I don't believe there's a dome. I do believe in space. I believe they're able to go to space. But the views I have on how they are in space are different than obviously a lot of Globers would assume, because I believe it is a flat Earth, and we do go to space. I also have seen, I've researched a little bit. I'm still looking into it. Ways that they travel in space. With that, I understand that I don't have a complete answer for it, but I do have a pretty damn good answer for it. I I don't expect anyone to prove me wrong or prove me right. Yeah, I've gotten into a lot of conversations with you guys about these things, and every time they've been respectful. So when I get to these new servers that are on Discord, I honestly I expect the same. Flat earthers are one of their own. We're a small knit community that should stick together. Understanding that we can't have all the answers, obviously, because this is a whole new thing, and we're trying to show a whole model, a whole idea of the way people think has been wrong for a very long time. So it's going to give some. There's going to be a lot of give or pull. Ranty, low Earth orbit. I don't believe we've been able to pass through the Van Allen belts. I think the Van Allen belts is what keeps us inside. And that's also been a part of what I've been saying. I get the whole dome talk, but the idea of a dome would be that the Van Allen belt, it would be something impenetrable. But I do understand that there's a difference between a glass dome and a radiation quote unquote barrier. Also, I don't understand why the same idea it give you will a have you ever seen those motorcyclers that ride in a cage at the circus? You know, they go horizontally around it. I kind of view that being an orbit that anything could be using in that situation. Yet that kind of doesn't seem feasible to me. So, like I said, I believe there's a technology that they use that makes getting around this in this low space orbit quite much more easier than they pass it off to be where they have to do a certain speed, because I got a lot of questions for those. I would assume that at 17,000 miles an hour, having the ability to, gain altitude and lower altitude would throw off that perfect calculation to be able to orbit. But like I said, still looking to do it. We'll see. As into, do I believe there are planets? Yes and no. What is a planet? That's a good guess, or a good question to ask, period. I do have questions within to the fact that most of these so-called planets are just light sources, or light that we see in the sky. I have an issue with not being able to see a source for these lights, which also comes to full back to why I don't believe there's a dome. I believe if there was a dome and there was a idea of how high it would be, those lights would still need to have a light source to show that. The fact that they aren't shows me to be further than this quote unquote dome or Van Allen belt. So that is my reason for space. As into a creator, yeah, I guess if you believe in a dome, a creator would have to be the most likely idea of what's going on to you. But as far as I'm concerned, they're different. I understand I do have these conversations with everyone about evolution and creator, but understand that whether it be when you start at creator, that's one aspect of what we all are believing is to be. Evolution is a completely different topic. And then you go on to flat earth or globe. That in itself is another separate topic. My views in any of those three topics does not force me to be anything. So if I believe in evolution and I do not believe there is a God, then I guess that means there is a possible way for someone to be a flat earther because of that. Non-schooling. I've had this conversation with quite a few people. Myself, the way I decide what I am when having this discussion, I am not an atheist. The way it was explained to me is I would be what they would call an anti-atheist, I guess, anti or non-theist. I don't even remember what they called it, but I don't label myself. I don't consider myself an atheist. If you had to define it, you had to. The way it was explained to me is I would be an atheist. But atheist is different than what it was many, many years ago. An atheist, from when I was a teenager growing up, an atheist was someone who didn't believe in any God. Agnostic was someone who believed in a spiritual God, not any one. They did not name it. They did not know, but it was it's just a God. And then you became religious. As I've learned with family members who were this way, there are religious, and then there are also Bible thumpers. Now, let me tell you exactly what they all are, because I know some people are upset. Some people are like, what? Okay. A Bible thumper is someone who feels the need to express how their God is better than all the other gods, right? Someone who is religious, whether you do define yourself as a Christian, Catholic, whatever it is, you have your beliefs. You try to live by them as best you can because you feel that is the way you are supposed to live. Good on you. More than respect. Matter of fact, I believe that type of person has more redeeming qualities than most because they actually try to live by this rather than just live. Then there are people who obviously would believe in a spirit, a God. They don't like how a Christian would view it, a Catholic would view it, but they kind of feel like there's no way this could be without a creator. Good on you. That is one way of having an idea of it being. There are people like myself, or like better yet, atheists. Now, I'm going to say about nowadays atheists, from what I'm coming across, whether it be YouTube or Discord. Um, an atheist is someone who likes to express how they do not believe in a God and want to let you guys know all, whether it be through arguing or ridicule, that you were wrong. There is no God. Period. That is an atheist, as far as I'm concerned. Since I've been here, and since it's actually become something I've researched on, the different ideas and views of people, I've only seen atheists be the ones that want to argue there is no God. Like I said, we have these conversations all the time, but I don't argue, and I do have my reasons for where I'm at, but it's still something different. What am I? I just don't believe. I don't believe there was a creator. I don't believe that something made what we are right now, because then I have 1,000 more questions that I don't believe can or have been answered. As in, if there was a creator, this is a big one. Who made the creator? Or was the creator just nothing until something decided to happen, which leaves for itself no other questions? Whether it be the dome, how could it be of something we think it is? Whether or not any of us have experienced it or not, those are the reasons I do not believe in a creator, and I believe that something had to have happened. Do I have the answers? Absolutely not. I don't have answers to shit. All I got is shit I can research. It's the same stuff you guys can research. So if my view is my view and your view is your view, one of us has to be wrong, and who says either of us are? And you ask that question, it goes into a whole bigger aspect of things. So, like I said, I had assumed that because of these ideas and thoughts that we could not all be of the same mind, I considered myself a flat earther until last night. I just had said it already, but for anybody like Logic who gets here late, how you doing, sir? Let it be known that there are a group out there who I was told last night. Actually, one second, I'm gonna let that lawnmower go by. I'm not sure if it's how loud it is. Exactly, Origin. Those answers cannot be answered, and I am fully aware of that, which is also why I felt like myself and you guys as a family got along so well, and were able to have discussions, not arguments, not you wrong or that blah blah blah. But like I said, last night I got into it with a person. This is probably my second or third encounter with this person, who I consider someone who likes to come off like bias. I want to know the truth, but in reality, is someone who just wants to push their views on you. And I think that's the toxic part. So understand this when I do say it. A lot of you know that I'll call out both sides. If I hear some bullshit from globe earthers, I'm gonna call them out. If I see some shady shit from globe earthers, I'm gonna call them out. A lot of you will know I will do the same for flat earth. I just want to make that clear again. Lately, I've been hearing a lot of flat earthers who either came with half-ass information and or sounded like they weren't willing to really put the effort that we were allowed to or we're expected to put into our research, and makes us look bad. So I will say something about that, because there are, like I said, a group of people out there that will say certain things that they believe, which isn't the issue, but when you put it on like repping the flat earth on this idea, and you haven't done any real research, it kind of takes us a step back, especially when this is in an area where a lot of globers are arguing with you. I said it really pisses off the flat earthers who do put in hours of research and have to deal with that, because we're probably dealing with that because we're used to these flat earthers who don't really care to put much information yet say it's flat earth. With that, I'm going to say something to you. I'll let you know your research is either really bad. I will, add in, hey, maybe you should look this up, because it doesn't really sound right. But if you act like I'm wrong and I'm not on the flat earth side, then that's your problem. And those are the questions that's why I wanted to ask the question. Uh, am I a flat earther? Because I'm willing to call out flat earthers on research that I feel is half-assed. Um, am I a flat earther because I believe in evolution? Because I don't believe in a dome. These are the questions that I ask. And if I'm not a flat earther, why? And I'd like a real good reason for this, because I do consider myself flat earth. As far as I can tell, I've represented flat earth the best I can. And also, the fact that I do come up with the different ideas and views of what's going on should be a open eyes happiness, because at least I'm not one of them. Because believe it or not, I see it on a regular basis. There are flat earthers who are flat earthers based on that sounds fun. If you ask them anything, any question at all, they'll probably bring it along to something else. They won't have a real base reason for being a flat earther. My reason has never changed. Like I said, I don't really I don't have a thought. Like I've said before, I'm not one of the guys you'll go to when you want overwhelming proof this is a flat earth. I do consider myself a baby flat earth in about a year. Maybe I'm not anymore, and I need to realize that. But in the same hold, I've done a lot of research on a lot of other things that I was doing before I became a flat earther, and I didn't feel was necessary for me to stop doing the research on, seeing how I'd already put that time in. So yeah, and I'll have a debate. I've had many of debates. I've a lot of debates that I felt that I won, and Globers felt like it was better to ridicule me than realize that they were just denying facts that they just didn't want to believe, which is something that's going to happen forever. Globers, they're going to call our bullshit, regardless or not we're right. But for them to agree with the flat earther is ridiculous, and we got to remember that. For instance, our buddy Ranty here is probably one of those guys you want to go to when it's time to find out what the flat earth truths are. What proves we're on flat earth? He's going to be the one doing that. I think there's a lot of flat earthers that go live that are good for a lot of different aspects of flat earth. I've told him many times, there's no way in hell I could have every truth for you, because there's not enough time in anybody's day to find out what is going on. But I can tell you now that the things I do research, whether it be weather modification, different aspects of false flags and conspiracy theories, things going on, whether it be healthy, not healthy, whatever it be, those are my interests in what's going on. And as far as I'm concerned, the shape of the earth is the last thing anybody should be given this much shit about, because there are far more things going on besides weather modification, besides the Illuminati. Like, there are huge things needing to be talked about that aren't. So if you have a problem with the fact that I don't put too many flat earth proofs into my live streams or my uploads, it's tough. I suggest anybody who feels that way not subscribe to me. Like I said, I'm a pretty open book. I don't try to lie or hide anything but like that. Find it. I am not a flat earth 101 proofs type of person. I just know where I live. It is my observation. It is the things that I've looked into that I do understand have given me these reasons for being one. Whether I sound or think like most flat earthers, that is not what I'm here for. I'm not here to be like you. I'm here to be me. And luckily, I found a group and a family of people that don't care, ultimately, that I do think differently. They're willing to have these conversations and not make it an idiot type thing. So I just wanted to go live. This isn't going to be short. Like I said, I'm going to end pretty quick. I wanted to say, am I a flat earther? If you're asking me, yes, I am a flat earther. Not only am I a flat earther, whether it's all the proofs in the world, I am the frontline soldier for a reason. I will not back down to any Glober. I will not back down to anybody for my beliefs. I will fight for them. I will fight for my family. And whether it's me agreeing with you or not, I have your back, and I would hope the same. I give everything whether it be me becoming a flat earther, to learning research, to the groups of people that were here when I was a glober, and talk to me with respect and let me get my points out, whether it was what they believed or not. Those are the people that I give all the credit to. Whether it be Dreads, you've been exposed. I give him all the thanks in the world for allowing me to be that glober who questioned everything you guys said, and explained to me why he believed I was wrong, and as a group, as a family, you guys thought I was wrong, and all the above. D Marble, he is the one who ultimately made me realize that uh, the globe, science, and NASA was really up to give no shits about truth and whether or not we felt the way we did. Um, whether it be Ranty, who I talked to in the very beginning, and I realized was one of the top flat earthers for why things are going on. One of the people that kind of gave me the idea, maybe I should look deeper into chemtrails, because believe it or not, I did believe in weather modification, yet I did not believe in chemtrails until I talked to him and got a better idea of what I need to look for. I mean, and then most of you guys are from the mod squad. You guys are always around, always there to throw in ideas and better my research. Believe it or not, I even thank the trolls, because the trolls are the real reason I'm a flat earther. Now, a lot of you guys know from Dreads and a few other live streams that I actually considered myself a flat earther before my observations and beliefs took into play. I wanted to consider myself a flat earther because I wanted to get away from people like Captain Bullshit, Tim Osman, and all the other trolls that were out there. Now, granted, these people are not as bad as you believe. For instance, Captain Bullshit, he is not always a troll. He seems to always want to be a troll, but there are qualities about him that he has. I've had a conversation with him where he's not being a troll. He does have troll thoughts and ideas about things, but just realize that you don't want to be associated with a lot of them because of what they do here. But they are human. They do have their beliefs because they've been believing it for a long time. So they're going to fight it. And then if you take in their egos are going to keep them from wanting to even imagine it could be different, or that these things could be just ideas that science has rather than facts that they decide to tell everyone. I've been asked quite a few times why, again, like I was a flat earther, by Globers. And I don't believe I hold anything back. A lot of them now know exactly what I've just said right now. Understand something. Here's what it is, and this is the way I believe everyone should believe. If there was a way for us to find out the facts for every question we had, whether it be shape, whether it be God or no God, evolution, or whatever else it could be, I would think, no matter how you think, if it's proven, you're going to be willing to take that for what it is. It's just the way it is. If it is a globe, if it is a sphere, a pear, or whatever the fuck they want to call it these days, then guess what? That's what it is. If it's flat, I would think that they would want to understand that if it's flat, you guys kind of have to change your ways and say it's flat. It's flat. If it's concave, no, fuck that. Fuck that. If it's concave, I'm kicking everybody in their fucking nuts, because every concaver should be kicking his fucking nuts. I don't know why I hate concavers, just the way it is, but I love everyone else. That's all there is to it. But like I said, believe it or not, these people are human as well. They thought like we did, or they thought like we all started to believe, where it was a globe at one time. And regardless, we've decided, regardless of our own reasons, we have become flat earthers. And as long as it is justified within yourself and not just for a bandwagon, then you are a flat earther. You do not have to think the same way. Hey, you're sweet. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Kind of just getting through a rant slash questionnaire type thing to whether or not I believe I'm a flat earther. The answer is yes. Again, I'll say it. I am a flat earther. I am the frontline soldier for a reason. Many of you guys who laugh joke, ridicule, belittle me, understand that you're probably the last ones I'm going to listen to if you're trying to get your point across. The people that do explain things to me, I just saw Nick in here. Nick, I know Paul, and a lot of other people in other areas will explain these things to me. Those people I do appreciate, regardless of whether or not they're flat Earth or globe. Any information to me is wonderful information. So, with that said, guys, like I said, I'm going to make this as short, and I'm not going to continue to rant over and over and over. I am going to end this right now. I will be on a little bit later on, and we'll have a little bit more of a panel slash live stream information building type situation rather than me just ranting on about this one thing. But appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Love y'all.